Assalamu alaikum students, welcome back to the channel Mathematics by Panjwani. So today topic is coordinate geometry, lecture number 13, O level and IGCSE mathematics, and we will see what is coordinate geometry and we will solve the paper 1, paper 2 question as well. So coordinate geometry covered 7 to 10 marks in your paper. So starting the lecture number 13, coordinate geometry. The first we need to see what topic we have covered so far. These are the topic we have covered so far in O level and IGCSE mathematics. If you haven't go through this video, go and watch this video and make the concept clear of this topic. Now moving towards the today topic is coordinate geometry. Coordinate geometry is basically in coordinate geometry, we study geometry using a coordinate system and we analyze as coordinate analytic geometry and Cartesian geometry. So in this, we have three formula we can use in this coordinate geometry. The first one is a midpoint formula. For example, we have a straight line and we have a 2 points given, for example, 2 comma 5. This is known as a coordinate form coordinate or coordinate system, we can say, and 3 comma 4. And we have to find the midpoint of this line. So we use this formula x1 plus x2 divided by 2 comma y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So the first value will come x1 and second y1. This is x2 and second will be y2. Okay, so in graph, we know that first value is x-axis and second is the y-axis value. And the second formula is distance. If we need to find the distance between the 2 points, we have a formula like this: x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square and whole root. This is the formula to find the distance between 2 points. And the last one is a gradient formula, and we say gradient is also known as slope, and it is denoted by m. Okay, so the formula of gradient is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Okay, so these are the formula we will use in this chapter. Now moving towards the next slide. So in gradient we have some we need to go through something. First is a vertical line. If we have a graph, uh, I hope you all know the axis and y-axis. This is known as the x-axis, horizontal line, and vertical line over the y-axis. Okay, this is a graph. When there is a vertical line, remember that gradient will be infinity. The gradient will be infinity when the line is vertical. Remember that. And we can say most steep line. When the gradient line is vertical, the gradient will be 0. Remember that. And the equation will be x is equal to 8. Why x equal to 8? Because the line is intersecting x-axis and intersecting at 8. So the equation will be x equal to 8. Okay. I hope everything is clear in this. Now, second, horizontal line. In horizontal line, the gradient will be 0. And the equation you can see y is equal to -2 because the line intersecting y-axis and the intersecting point is -2. That's why y is equal to -2. Okay. Now, I hope you know graph very well. This is y-axis, this is x-axis. So I hope you all know about the graph system. Now, the gradient. The important points are these. Always start from left to right. Okay. When you can see the line left from right, it rising up. When the line is rising up, we can say the gradient will be positive in it. And you can see in the second uh, picture, the gradient is going downwards. So you can say gradient will be negative. And we already done this horizontal line is gradient is equal to 0 and vertical will be undefined, or we can say infinity. So you have to remember these types of slope and we can say gradient. You need to know about this basic concept of gradient and slope. Now moving towards the next gradient. Now when we have a two parallel lines, okay, when we have a two parallel lines, parallel line means they are not intersecting each other. You can see in the picture there are two parallel lines. They are going in the same direction. They are not intersecting with each other. When the two lines are parallel, slope will be equal. M1 is equal to M2. So these are the very small concept you have to remember. Note it down this concept because when we solve the past paper question, you can see a lot of these concepts we need to apply in the questions. So in parallel lines, slope will be equal. Okay. Another we have a perpendicular line. Perpendicular means the line intersecting at 90 degree. You can see this 90 degrees. So when the two lines intersecting at 90 degree, the slope will be M1 multiply by m2 is equal to minus 1. Note it down this. When the line are perpendicular to each other, at or we can say two lines intersecting at each other making an angle 90 degree, the slope will be m1 multiplied by m2 is equal to minus 1. Okay, I hope everything is clear till now. If you have any query, you can ask me in the comment. Now we have a equation of slant line as we see the lines in the previous slides. So we have a two equations from which we can find the equation of a line. So y is equal to mx plus c. This is the first equation of slant line. M is denoted as a slope. Remember, M is a slope, or we can say gradient. And C is Y interception. So what is Y interception? Y interception means X is equal to 0. For example, this is a graph, okay, and the line intersecting just Y. When the line intersecting Y, so the X is equal to 0. When line intersecting Y, this means X is equal to 0 at the point of intersection. So this is C is known as Y interception. You can see formula like this as well. Y is equal to mx plus b. Both are same. Some are using C as a variable and some are using b as a variable of Y interception. So uh, don't get confused about this. This is known as a y-interception, and x is equal to 0 in that point. Okay. And the second formula we have y minus y1 is equal to m is slope, we get the gradient. Y minus y1 is y minus y1 is equal to mx minus 1. These are the two formula we will use in the question. So now moving toward the next. Now, equation perpendicularly bisect. When the equation perpendicularly bisect, when intersect perpendicularly, so how we can solve this types of question, we need to understand. So the first part is take the negative reciprocal because of the find this. The first point is find the gradient of 2 points. So we can see this types of question in past paper in the coming slides. We need to find the equation perpendicular bisector. So in this question, we need to find the gradient first. Then we need to find taking the negative reciprocal because of perpendicular line. What does this mean? We have see the formula m1 multiplied by m2 is equal to minus 1. Okay, because the lines are perpendicularly bisect, so we need to use m1 multiplied by m2 is equal to minus 1. We can get m1 by using the point. Then we will find m2 using this condition because of perpendicular. Then we find the midpoint of 2 points and form an equation using formula, or we can then find the equation formula using this formula. Y is equal to mx plus c, and the second formula is y minus y1 is equal to mx minus x1. So we will see some question. This will clear the concept more. Uh, I hope everything is clear till now. Now we are moving towards the past paper question. Everything has been done as a base of concept. Now, the question number 1. The line x plus y is equal to 2. Okay. And the second equation is x minus 3y is equal to 6 are shown on the diagram in the answer sheet. Find the gradient of the line x minus 3y is equal to 6. So we need to find slope, or we can say gradient. And the formula of gradient is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. But we cannot apply this formula to find the gradient because in this formula we need 2 points. If we have a 2 point, then we can apply this formula and can find the gradient. But in this situation we have just equation. How we can find gradient using equation? So you need to understand this. We have done the equation y is equal to mx plus c in the previous slide, and m is slope. So I will try to make this equation like this, and then I will compare and get the slope. This is how we can get the slope from the equation. So what I will do in this, minus 3y. In this equation, you see the equation is x minus 3y is equal to 6. Minus 3 will go to the right side and 6 will go to the left side. What will happen? X minus 6 is equal to 3y. Now, 3 is multiplying with y, it will goes to the left side, it will divide. So it will become 1 upon 3 x minus 6 upon 3 is equal to y. Okay, or I can write like this as y is equal to 1 upon 3x minus 3 1 the 3 2 the and 2. So now I can compare these two equations because both are is equal to y, and you can see slope is with x. So you can see when I compare this equation, the slope will be 1 upon 3. So the correct answer is 1 upon 3. This question will give you 1 mark. This is the 1 mark question. As I told you, the topic coordinate geometry come in paper 1 and paper 2 as well. And it will cover 7 to 10 marks in your paper. So it's a very important topic. You just need to remember the formula and the concept. So I hope everything is clear in the part 1. Now part number 2, the question 2. So the question, the straight line passes through the point. So we have a straight line which is passing through a 2 point P, that is 1 comma 2. And the second point is Q, that is 5 comma minus 40. So this is what they have given to us in this question. Now, the coordinate of the midpoint. Now we have to find the midpoint of P and Q. Uh, we have see the formula of midpoint. I hope you have noted down the formulas. X1 plus X2 divided by 2, comma Y1 plus Y2 divided. So these are the formula. This is the formula of midpoint. So now, what is x1? X1 is 1. What is x2? X2 is 5 and divided by 2. Y1 is 2. Y2 is minus 14. So we have to write minus. So 1 plus 5 will be 6. 6 divided by 2 will be 3. 2 minus 14 will be minus 12. Minus 12 divided by 2 will be minus 6. So this will be the final answer of part number 1. So 3 comma minus 6 is the midpoint of PQ. Now, what is second part? The gradient of PQ. So how we can find part B? As I told you, the formula of slope, or we can say gradient, is y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. And PQ, we have a point of PQ, so we can find gradient using this formula, because in this question we have a points, 2 points. So y2 minus y1, y2 is minus 14 and y1 is 2, and x2 is 5 and x1 will be 1. So it will become minus 16 upon 4. We will cut down, it will become minus 4. So the gradient, the part B answer is minus 4. Now, the important question is the equation of PQ. Now we have to find the equation. Remember, the gradient is minus 4. Now we need to find the equation of the line. How we can find the equation of the line? We have two formulas of equation. So we can find using any formula. So remember, the gradient is minus 4. So I'm using the formula y minus y1 is equal to m x minus x1. So gradient, we all know that this is minus 4. And what about y1 and x1? Because we need to put the value of x and y1. So x1 and y1 will be 1 comma 2. So in replacing y1 will be 2. Gradient is minus 4. We find the gradient in the part B, and x1 will be 1. So now we just need to simplify this. Minus 4 multiplied by x minus 4x. Minus 4 multiplied by minus will be plus 4. Remember, make sure that your x value will be in positive. So I will move both the values to the left side. It will become 4x plus y minus 2 minus 4 is equal to 0. The final answer will be 4x plus y, and minus 2 minus 4 is minus 6 is equal to 0. That's it. The question has been done. I hope everything is clear in this question. Now, so this is the final answer of this. So we have done the two questions. Now moving towards the next question. So uh, question is, P is the point 1 comma minus 3 and Q is 7 comma 2. Find the coordinate of the midpoint of it. Again, we have to find the midpoint. The formula of midpoint is x1 plus x2 divided by 2, comma y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So what we have to do, the point x1 is 1, x2 is 7, so 1 plus 7 divided by 2, y1 is minus 3 and y2 is 2 and divided by 2. So 1 plus 7 will be 8 divided by 2 will be 4, and minus 3 plus 2 is minus 1, so minus 1 over. So this will be the answer of part number 1. So 4 comma minus 1 upon 2 is the midpoint. Okay, everything clear. Now the second point is gradient. Again, we have to find the gradient. And we have a 2 point, so we'll use it y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. y2 will be 2 and y will be -3, and x2 is 7 -1. This will become 5 upon 6. So this will be the gradient of the 2 points. Now, next question. It's very important. We need to understand how we can find. This is related to a part. This question is also uh, the part C have the line L with the equation 2x minus 5y is equal to 8 passing through the point Q. Find the value of K. So how we can find the value of K? Now, it's very simple. First, what I will do, the equation 2x minus 5y is equal to K. So there's a very simple way to find the value of K is just put the value, just put the point, any one point, because these both points are lying in the straight line, 1 comma -3 and Q is 7 comma 2. Okay. So you can see that the line L with the equation 2x minus 5 is equal to passing through Q. This point is passing through Q. So we just need to put the Q point, not P. We just need to put the point Q because this line passing through the point Q. So I will write 7 replacing x because the point Q have 7 comma 2. I will write 2. So it will become 7 to 14 minus 10 is equal to K. The value of K will be 4. So I hope everything is clear in this question because they have mentioned that the equation L is passing through Q. That's why we have to put the point of Q. If they haven't mentioned you from which line, from which point they are passing through, so you can put any point of P and Q. Okay, so everything is clear, I hope. The line x plus ay is equal to k is parallel to L. So we have another equation which is parallel to L. So I think there's a question missing in it. I have to check it. Okay, so we need to find the value of A in this question. So what is the value of A? So we have an equation. You can see we get the value of K is the equation is the line x plus ay is equal to 3 is parallel to L. It's parallel to L. So the equation of L is 2x minus 5y is equal to 4 because we know we get the value of K. Okay. And now that equation parallel to this x plus ay is equal to this. Remember that in parallel equation, both should have same x and y coefficient. Okay. If I multiply this equation by 2, it will become 2x plus 2ay is equal to 6. Now you can see these both equation have same this point, and for this we have to find the value of A. That's why we have to compare. We can say 2a is equal to -5. A will go to the right side. It will be divided. So the value of A will be -5 upon 2. So that's the answer of the part 2 of C. I hope everything is clear in this question. Now moving toward the next question. So in this question, P is the point -3, 4, Q is the point 5, M is the midpoint. So this is the homework for you. Try to find the midpoint of this question. We already done the last two questions, how to find midpoint. And this is also homework for you to find the gradient. We already done how to find midpoint and gradient of any 2 points. So try to solve by yourself. If you have any confusion or you are not getting any answer, you can comment me. I will share you the solution of that question. But first try by yourself because it's very important to do some question by yourself to get the basic concept understanding of the question. Now, part C. R is the point -6 comma 0 and O is the point 0 comma 0. So we have a point R that is -6 comma 0 and its O is the point 0 comma 0. Which of the point R or P is close to O? The point O is 0 comma 0. We can say it's the origin point. We know that in origin the point is 0 comma 0. So we have a R, okay, and we have a point R and P. In P, they have given in the top of the question, you can see the value of P is -3 comma 4. So this is origin 0 comma 0, and we have a P point that is -3 comma 4, and we have another point that is R -6 comma 0. What we need to find this question? Which of the point R or P is closer to O? So we just need to find which point is closer to 0 comma 0. How we can find which point is closer to 0 comma 0? So we have just one formula from which we can find this. It's a distance formula. What is the distance formula? The distance formula of 2 points is x2 minus x1 divided whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. From using this formula, we can find which point is closer to O point. Okay. So how we can use this? First, I will find the distance between P and O. So this will be the x1 and y1, and this point will be x2 and y2. Okay, I hope everything is clear in this one. Now we just need to put the value. X2 will be 0 and x1 will be minus 3, so it will become plus 3 because of the negative sign in the formula as well. Y2 is 0 and y1 will be, so 0 plus 3 will be 3 and 3 square will be 9, and 0 minus 4 will be minus 4, and the square of minus 4 will be positive 16. Remember that, because even power will change the negative to positive. It will become root 25. When it comes from the root, it will become plus minus 5. So we can say positive 5. Okay, we can write like this, positive 5. So the distance between P and O is 5. Okay, remember that. Now I will find distance between R and O. So the value of R is minus 6 comma 0 and O is 0 comma 0. This is x1 and y1. This will be x2 and y2. So I'm just doing quickly 0. It will plus 6 and this will be 0 minus 0 and it will become 6 square. 6 square 36. It will become 6. So the distance between R and P is 6 units, and the distance between P and O is 5 units. P and O is 5 units. So in this question, we have to find which point is closer to O. So we can say P is the closer point to O. I hope everything is clear in this question. Now, next question. The equation of the line L is x plus 2y minus 1. Write down the gradient of the L line. So again, you can see they have given the equation. They are asking gradient. So we have just one way to find the gradient of equations. Y is equal to mx plus c. So we just need to make equation like this. So the equation is x plus 2y minus 1. So x will goes to this side. It will become negative again. Minus x and minus 1. 2 will goes to the right side. It will divide. So minus 1 upon 2x and minus 1 upon 2. So when I compare these both equations, this is a simplified way and this is a general equation. You can see slope is equal to minus 1 upon 2. So this will be the answer. Now, part B, find the equation of the line L that passes through the point 0, comma 5. Find the equation of the line. Acha. That's a very important point. Find the equation of the line parallel. You have to remember that when two lines are parallel, the slope will be equal. So this means that there is another line which is parallel to L. You can see this is the equation of L given in the question. There is another equation which is parallel to L. This means the slope of L is minus 1 upon 2 that we have find it in the part A. This means that the slope of the second line is also minus 1 upon 2. That's a very important point in this question. So this means that this equation slope will be minus 1 upon 2 because they both line up parallel and they have passing through 0 comma 5. So we just need to find the equation. So we have a formula y minus y1 is equal to m x minus x1. Okay. So I hope everything is clear. Now we just need to find the equation. So I will put m is minus 1 upon 2. So the equation will be y minus y1 is equal to m x minus x1. The point is 0 comma 5. So it will be 5. M is minus 1 upon 2 and the x value is 0. So minus it will become minus 1 upon 2x. 2 will goes to this side to multiply. 2y minus 10 is equal to minus x. Minus x will come this side. X plus 2y minus 10 is equal to 0. So this will be the final answer and the equation of the parallel line to the L. So I hope everything is clear. So that's it for today. Inshallah, in next video, we will continue this past papers question. We have a lot of question in this topic. So we will inshallah continue this topic in the next video. If you have any query, you can ask me or you can comment me. I will inshallah share you the answer of that question, or if you have any confusion in the concept of quadrant geometry, I will try to resolve as soon as possible. Allah Hafiz.